We've been off for a couple of days, so we've got a packed show for you today. Here's some of the stories we've been working on. Tim Walz is Harris's vice president pick. How's that looking? What's going on in Ukraine? Well, it depends on who you ask. Olympics women's boxing. I'm about to win some money. And speaking of manhood, did you hear about the high jump? Plus, we go back to Dolton, Illinois, where Supermayor Tiffany Henyard is doing some gymnastics of her own. And there's so much more. So strap yourselves in and get ready to get serious.
I'm gonna take you on a ride. We're gonna burn through the night. Why you're so salty? I'll still take a bite.
Okay, we can take my Lambo. I'll put on a tight show. You sure you can handle? We be faster than Django.
Well, as we said at the top, we've been off for a couple of days for a few reasons. One of those reasons is we've lost our co-host Rita. She's gone on to bigger and better things, but we do wish her the best. So, new to our show, let's welcome Abby.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited to be here. I'm serious.
Welcome, Abby. I'm sure you're going to love it here. You've got some big shoes to fill taking over for Rita.
Didn't Rita go on to be a host for The View? I heard she was replacing Joy Behar.
Yeah, we don't talk about that.
Sorry. Too soon? Well, I know how we start the show. America first.
Awesome intro, Abby. Let's get down to it.
Maybe I can suggest the first story. CNN and ABC losing it on their black guests?
It's not the biggest story today, but it is humorous. So let's start with ABC. George Stephanopoulos had Republican State Representative of Florida, Byron Donalds, on his show, trying to get to the bottom of Trump's disrespect for African-American presidential candidate Kamala Harris. George felt that by questioning her ethnic background, it was showing disrespect towards the black community.
And the white journalist started shouting and demeaning the black state representative? Ironic?
And you just repeated the slur again. If it doesn't matter, why do you all keep questioning her identity? She's always identified as a black woman. She is biracial. She has a Jamaican father and an Indian mother. She's always identified as both. Why are you questioning that?
Well, George, first of all, this is something that's actually a conversation throughout social media right now. There were a lot of people who are trying to figure this out. But again, that's a side issue, not the main issue. The main issue...
Sir, one second. You just did it. You just did it again.
Of the United States.
Why do you insist on questioning her racial identity?
You want me to talk?
I want you to answer my question.
George, now that you're done yelling at me, let me answer.
Next, we go to CNN, where Michael Smerconish polled some African-American voters about Kamala Harris representing the black community.
And when he didn't get the answers he wanted, what happened?
Is Kamala going to make you a little more likely or less likely to vote Democrat?
Well, hold on, first. Ray, hold on, Ray. Is Kamala black, yes or no?
I'm going to let her speak on that. But to me, no.
Oh. Is Kamala black, yes or no?
I share that same view.
Wow. Is Kamala black, yes or no?
I heard she was. I heard she's half black and half Asian.
When I played that audio on my SiriusXM radio program on Thursday, many callers who self-identified as African-American were quick to tell me that those men were the exception, not the rule. Some described them as low-information voters, no different than you'd find among whites.
Low information voters, no different than you'd find among whites.
You know, I think that's sad, very sad. When I saw that clip, I said, wow, this is sad.
We have Trump in the studio?
Yeah, well, we're full of surprises. We have some funny Trump news coming up later.
I know. The love-hate relationship of Elon Musk and Donald Trump?
Okay, I guess we're going to that story now. We all know how Trump feels about electric cars. He doesn't love them, that's for sure.
Understatement of the century?
But all that has changed. Trump's a new man.
Why? What happened?
And I'm for electric cars. I have to be, you know, because Elon endorsed me very strongly, Elon. So I have no choice. But he knows.
No, I am for them. I'm for them for a small slice is a slice. But you want to have gas-propelled cars. You want to have hybrids. You want to have every kind of a car imaginable.
You can already see the gift.
Yeah, I can. Wow.
You can't miss it.
That's an Elon.
It is an Elon.
Wow.
Shout out to Mr. Musk.
That's beautiful. Hey, that is beautiful.
Check out this wrap and let me know your honest thoughts.
I think it's incredible.
So all those clips of him hating electric cars, that's fake news now?
I guess so. Okay, let's get back on track with a really quick Biden story.
Where did he wander off to this time?
Nancy Pelosi is the culprit. Not sure what was going on with old Nancy, but during an interview with Leslie Stahl of 60 Minutes, Nancy had this suggestion.
Such a consequential president of the United States, a Mount Rushmore kind of president of the United States. Want to know what comes next.
That he belongs up there on Mount Rushmore. Lincoln and Joe Biden.
But you got Teddy Roosevelt up there, and he's wonderful. I don't say take him down, but you can add Biden.
Mount Rushmore? Joe Biden? Really? Here's a picture of what I think that might look like.
Oh my God, that's perfect. If it looked like that, I might be in favor of it.
I wonder if they could add an ice cream cone.
Next story.
Dolton, Illinois?
Wow, yeah, we haven't been there in a while. Let's check in on our super mayor, Tiffany Henyard.
Another wild night at the Dolton Village Board, with a handful of residents being ejected for shouting at the mayor, who also continues to do battle with the majority of the village trustees.
So you got us into this mess, and now we're trying to salvage what we can to get out.
People that say things about me, I want you to prove it.
Sitting at the mayor's side in a place usually reserved for the village attorneys, two unfamiliar faces. Chicago Federal Criminal Defense Attorney Bo Brindley, along with his law partner Ed McDavid. What makes this especially notable is that Henyard is at the center of an ongoing FBI corruption investigation. Also at the meeting, trustees fired acting police chief Louis Lacey and several other Dolton employees, saying the village is bleeding money and needs to reduce payroll. In turn, Henyard fired her longtime village administrator, Keith Freeman, who's believed to now be cooperating with investigations into village finances.
Keith Freeman is fired from the village of Dolton. He no longer works here at the village of Dolton.
On Thursday, former Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot is expected to release her investigation into Henyard and spending here at the village of Dolton. Sources telling me her report will find the village is millions of dollars in debt and may not be able to make payroll in just a few weeks.
That doesn't sound good.
No, it doesn't. Dolton is now $6 million in debt. Credit cards have been frozen, leases are being returned, and staff are being laid off. Even the deputy police chief has been suspended.
How did the deputy chief respond? What's he going to do now?
In the coming days, former Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot will release a preliminary report in her independent investigation into Dolton Mayor Tiffany Henyard's spending. This comes after the board voted last night to place the village's top cop on administrative leave, only for him to defiantly return to work today.
Oh.
We did a story on Dolton a while ago. We'll be doing a part 2 of that show in the next few days. It's way too much to cover here.
How did the super mayor react? Does she admit to overspending? Is she remorseful?
Well, yeah, it looks like she's suggesting that anyone that was laid off should sue.
Isn't that going to cost even more money for Dolton?
I really don't think she cares about that.
We have 2 more stories. They're both about your favorite politician.
We'll cover those stories in a moment, but first, we have a public service announcement from the American Association Against Scammers.
Hi, this is Tim.
It's Kamala Harris. Good morning, Governor.
Good morning, Madam Vice President.
Listen, I want you to do this with me. Let's do this together. Would you be my running mate and let's get this thing on the road?
I would be honored, Madam Vice President. The joy that you're bringing back to the country, the enthusiasm that's out there, it'll be a privilege to take this with you across the country.
Well, let me tell you, I have just the utmost respect for you.
Let's do it. Do the work in front of us. Let's win this thing.
Okay, now just to prove that you are really interested, I need you to do something to show that I can trust you.
Yes, Madam Vice President. It is an honor to serve you.
Great. Can I ask you something?
Yes, Madam Vice President. Whatever you say.
Do you have a Walmart or Best Buy near your home?
Excuse me?
Walmart, you know, the place where you go shopping.
There's a Walmart just down the street. Why?
I need you to go there and buy some gift cards. Do you know what gift cards are?
Yes, I've bought them before. Why?
Hey, do you want to be vice president or not?
I'm sorry, Madam Vice President. What do you need me to do?
You need to go and buy some gift cards. Each card should be $100. I need you to buy 10.
10 gift cards for $100. Got it.
Okay, you have 1 hour. Do you understand?
Yes, Madam Vice President. I'm on my way.
I will call you back in 1 hour. You need to give me the PIN number of those gift cards.
Let's do it. Do the work in front of us. Let's win this thing.
Great, fine, good. I'll call you back in 1 hour.
Rex, you have a call on line 1.
Really? Hello?
Rex, it's Gavin. I warned Musk about this. Now I'm warning you. I'm passing a bill to stop this. Manipulating voices like this will be illegal.
So basically, you want to make fake ads and videos illegal?
That's exactly what I'm saying. Keep this up. You'll be in jail. Do you understand me? Jail jail. I'm serious.
What about fake news?
Anyways.
So Tim Walz is Harris's pick for vice president.
Walz is the governor of Minnesota, right? What else do we know about him?
Well, he's done a great job of taking care of his state over the years.
Continue to follow this overnight breaking news story out of Minneapolis. Chaos overnight, protests continuing, and you're looking at video of a Minneapolis police station that was set ablaze late last night.
A CNN reporter was just arrested by Minneapolis police trying to cover this event.
Here's what happened live on television on CNN a short time ago.
Okay. Do you mind telling me why I'm under arrest, sir?
I mean, besides that, there's really been no other problems.
Walz's coronavirus policies were extremely heavy-handed. He even defended Minnesota's ridiculous hotline for COVID-19 snitches. That's right, Walz's government maintained a method for people to report their neighbors for failing to abide by social distancing rules. He also maintained the right, via executive order, to issue $1,000 fines and send violators to jail for 90 days. Walz said it was, quote, not a mistake to release sick people back to nursing homes.
In a rare public rebuke, Ramsey County Judge John Guthman has released a nearly 600-word statement criticizing Governor Tim Walz and the Minnesota Education Commissioner over what the judge calls falsehoods. The judge says he never ordered the state to restart payments to the alleged fraudsters at Feeding Our Future.
Well, he still looks like he'll be a stand-up VP.
And to all the friends, listen, we also need to level set. We are the underdogs in this race, but we have the momentum.
Is he checking out her ass?
Let's move on. We have a lot of world news and a lot of sports and even some business news, so we need to keep this rolling.
So sports it is. I heard you are very excited about boxing.
Am I ever? I put 1,000 down on both Khalif and Ling.
What are the betting odds?
So Khalif is plus 1,000 and Ling is plus 600. That means if they win, I'm going to make $16,000. 10,000 from Khalif and 6,000 from Ling.
You know, Rex, that's not how it works. You bet $1,000 plus 1,000 means you'll make $100, and plus 600, that's about $67. If your bets win,
wait, what?
You stand to make $167.
Exactly. Advancing to the gold medal final. In red from Chinese Taipei,
Unanimous 5-0 on the judges' scorecards for Khalif.
Breaking news, Imani Khalif has just won the gold medal in women's Olympic boxing. Now we just have Taiwan, and I'll be winning all my cash.
Congratulations on your $100 win. Can we move on now? Is there any news about the Seine River?
There's a couple of updates, but first, this segment is unofficially sponsored by Coca-Cola.
Wait, what? Why?
Olympic swimmers have taken to drinking Coca-Cola after their swim bouts in order to fight off bacteria. Apparently, both doctors and Google alike recommend this. Have a Coke and a smile and don't puke.
That's a nice mental picture.
Next, we have the high jump. French athlete Anthony Ammirati was eliminated from the competition after this failed attempt.
Oh my, wow, what's his name again?
Anthony Ammirati. Anyways, are there any more sports stories, Abby? Abby? Abby?
Huh? What? Sorry?
I said, are there any more sports stories? What are you doing?
Oh, I was just looking up his profile online.
Okay. We do have some more sports stories, but they'll be in tomorrow's show. They're basically circulating around China in the Olympics.
Sure, let's do some business.
All right, let's do our first story quickly. This is called the Kamala Crash.
The Kamala Crash? What's that?
The economy may be headed for a recession, and the Fed could have waited too long to start cutting interest rates. The Dow dropping more than 600 points on Friday, its worst day since May. The S&P had its worst week since April. The selling spreading to Asia overnight. Japan's Nikkei index tumbling 12%, its worst day since the stock market crashed back in October of '87. European markets are also red across the board.
Donald Trump has already called today's falls and what's going on in the market the Kamala Crash.
She is not capable of running our country. She's going to be a huge liability. We're having a stock market crash right now. Cryptocurrency is crashing. And it's all based on speculation that Kamala Harris might be the president in the near future.
What in the world can that be? What? Where?
There you go. Next story. Our last business story today is about something very popular with the ladies.
Devotion by Dolce & Gabbana.
Dolce & Gabbana? Ooh, I love it.
Well, they have a new perfume on the market.
Pepe, the new alcohol-free fragrance mist for dogs by Dolce & Gabbana.
Perfume for dogs?
That's right, and it's selling for $109 US a bottle.
There's a joke here somewhere. I just can't think of it.
All I know is I wish I thought of it first. All right, let's move on to world news. For more than 2 years, Russia and Ukraine have been at war. Although these days it seems like few are paying much attention to it.
Any chance it's going to end soon?
That really depends on who you ask, what you read, or where you look. Just looking at the headlines, it seems that if you read non-Western news, we get stories like this. Zelensky says Ukraine clinging on to peace formula. That's from the Iran front page news. Ukraine wants Russia at peace table. That's from the Vatican news. Majority of Ukrainians support negotiations with Russia for peace. Poll. That's from the Kiev Post.
So that sounds like a good thing, no?
Well, if you read Western, specifically American news, then we get stories like this. Ukraine's surprise incursion into Russia turns the tables on Putin. Bloomberg. Ukraine begins deploying F-16 fighter jets. From Sky News. Russian submarine sunk in Crimean port, Ukraine claims. That's from CNN.
So what does that mean?
I have no idea.
Me neither. Any more stories today?
There are quite a few, but too many for one show, so we'll throw them in tomorrow's mashup.
Can we get a sneak peek?
Absolutely. Like I said earlier, we have a couple of stories about the Olympics and specifically China. We're going to talk about the U.S. funding of the Philippines. And we have some funny stories about RFK Jr. and Trump. And there's a whole heck of a lot more.
Sounds like we have a lot of catching up to do.
We're going to leave you with this clip of Kamala Harris dealing with a heckler at her latest rally. Let's just say it could be an interesting 4 years.
I'm already worried.
I'm here because we believe in democracy. Everyone's voice matters, but I am speaking now. You know what? If you want Donald Trump to win, then say that. Otherwise, I'm speaking.
Mom, is that you? I guess that's it for today. Remember, be serious.